Ladies and gentlemen, this is not a paid advertising. TheOnlyGround.com, the THE onlyground.com is one of the most amazing places for information that I consistently go to. If you guys want to have conversations about our old interviews or even topics that we don't discuss, the group of people that are on the onlyground.com message boards are some of the most brilliant that I have ever come across. Those little like knick-knack facts that we get here and there, that's where a lot of it comes from. Please check out the link in the bio.
Welcome to the show. I am MMA insider and Herb Dean's dog sitter, Joey Venti, and you're listening to the MMA History Podcast, the only podcast dedicated 100% to the preservation of mixed martial arts history. Interviews and stories about the early days of MMA direct from the men who lived it. Hundreds of interviews, thousands of hours of research, all conducted by the most obsessed mind in the business, the MMA detective Mike Davis. Join us as we document the history of the sport we all love. Welcome back to the MMA History Podcast. I'm Joey Venti. I'm with the host of the show, the MMA detective Mike Davis. We have a special episode today. Our guest is a veteran of the UFC, EliteXC, Bellator, and K1. With one punch, he derailed the Kimbo Slice hype train and the promotion behind it. He is the silverback, Seth Petruzelli. Thanks for being here.
What's up? Thank you for having me, guys.
So, Seth, what are we doing now? I mean, you were pretty front and center, big personality, always kind of in the headlines. So what are you doing now?
I guess I toned it down a little bit, right? I doing my own thing in Orlando. I got a couple of MMA gyms, the Jungle MMA and Fitness. I opened that actually, the first one right after the Kimbo fight. I took the winnings from Kimbo and I opened up an MMA gym. So try to invest it, turn it around into something, make some more money. And we've been going strong since 2008. I opened a second location about 4 years after that. And then I recently just went back to my original love and passion, which is traditional martial arts, which is my karate that I've done since I was 6 years old. And I opened up a dojo about 5 years ago now. And I'm at the dojo full time now for about 5 years.
Okay, so what kind of traditional martial arts are you teaching?
Japanese Shodo karate.
That's so like surprising to me. Like when I was doing my research, it's like you ran the gamut. You start with TMA, which most kids do, and then they move into a little bit of high school wrestling, and then they kind of figure it out from there. Either they quit or they get into the fight game. You got into the fight game, and now you're back with traditional martial arts. What was the draw?
It was just it's mental, man. It's just for longevity. Like I'm doing this now because it's something. I'm not very spiritual or anything like that, but it does give me some sort of spiritual, mental, like, relaxation and I don't know. It's just something nostalgia, I guess, too. Doing it when I was a little kid, and like it was an amazing time in my life when me and my dad and my whole family was doing it together. We're all black belts from the same dojo. So I just wanted to go back to what I loved originally. So.
Are you doing kata? Are you doing kata competitions now? Or is that a one-off?
No, yeah. I actually, since I opened the dojo 5 years ago, pretty much every year I do the circuit. I do tournaments. So I'm fighting these old middle-aged guys and doing karate point fighting now. And I did kata the past like 4 or 5 tournaments. I haven't lost against like some good senseis too. I'm actually, don't mean to toot my own horn, but toot. I placed first place in all my kata forms and stuff like that I've been doing with my tournaments. So. Yeah, it's been fun.
So you're going back UFC 1.
Oh, yeah.
Now you got the tools. You know the secrets. I'm going back to Harold Howard. I'm here to wreck shop. Jiu-jitsu doesn't work, right? Is that where we're at?
No, I mean, I missed the competition. So the only reason I was doing the silly, karate tournaments is for just the competition part. I miss competing for sure. And this was one way to compete and not get any concussions. So yeah, that was a big draw too. That was the main reason I retired after the King Mo fight, is that knockout scared me. And I've had plenty of other knockouts in training. And I wanted to be able to sit and have a conversation with you later in life and not slur my words or, remember all the fights and all that stuff. So I was trying to be smart about it, as smart as I could, and got out.
Okay. So you wrestled in high school.
Yep. Yep, wrestled
Was
in
did you place downstate, or was this just something
No.
to kind of get a workout on?
So senior year, I was supposed I should have placed in state. I tore my knee a week before. Everyone says, "Oh, I got injured," but I tore my meniscus literally a week before states. I went in there and wrestled anyway. I think I won my first match, and then my knee just was. I literally was holding my knee the whole second match, like screaming. It was awful, man. It was bad. So no, didn't place in states. But I went and when I moved to Orlando, when I started training for fighting, I went to the UCF, wrestled on the with Tom Lawler and everybody with the team at UCF. So it was like a club wrestling thing that we did.
So you met Tom Lawler there.
Yeah, yeah, that's where I met Tom. Correct.
Okay. Has he always had like this big personality, or is this something he grew into?
No, he's always been a weird dude, man. He's always been crazy. We've all always been crazy. Like it was all. I mean, you have to be a little crazy to do wrestling or MMA anyway. But I guess we took it to another level sometimes. But he's still going strong with it, man. He's wrestling still and still doing this. I'm like, how are you doing this to your body still, man? And he's like, it's paying the bills. I'm like, all right.
Joey, can
Good
you
for you, man.
imagine going into a party and it's Seth Petruzelli and Tom Lawler, like being goofballs?
Yeah.
But that's
Yeah.
some deep water.
Yeah. You don't start shit at that party.
No, you think you
Yeah.
can, and then it's too late.
Well,
Yeah, because the way we acted, everyone didn't know any. I mean, unless you knew that we were fighters, we didn't act like it all. We were just acting like
No.
crazy idiots, man. It was a crazy 15 years of partying for sure, fighting and partying.
All right. So my earliest note on you in regards to like reference out past TMA is you were with Obaki for a short period of time.
Tim Catalfo, yeah, man. He was awesome, man. I loved him.
So
Loved him.
was this the Goldberg era or pre-Goldberg, like when he bought the facility for him?
Ooh, this was after.
It's a huge facility. I mean, it was a
Yeah,
huge,
this
monstrous
had to be
facility.
after because I remember him talking about it, and he didn't have it anymore. So it had to have been after, I guess. This was like, man, 2001, 2002, and 3-ish around
How
that.
do you connect with him?
So when I first said, so my first fight, I was living in Cape Coral, Florida. I had my first professional fight. I knocked out a guy that was he was like 4-0, big upcoming guy. Everyone said he
Nate
was like,
Robinson. Yeah.
what's that? Nate
Nate
Robinson. Yeah. So I knocked him out fast, and then Chris Cordiero, one of the MMA managers, took me under his wing and was like, "Hey, you might have a future in this." He's like, "You interested in maybe going somewhere else that has better training other than Cape Coral?" He told me about Orlando, introduced me to Cocopelli's gym here in Orlando, which has kickboxing.
Kickboxing. Yeah.
Yep. Went there, started doing the kickboxing, and then Obaki was brought in to do some of the submission wrestling, catch wrestling, and Brazilian jiu-jitsu, if you want to call that Brazilian jiu-jitsu, but it was more like catch wrestling style stuff that Obaki does.
Okay.
And that's how I met
So
Obaki.
you didn't see Mark Robinson. You didn't see Mark Coleman. Who was there at the time?
No, he Obaki traveled to Orlando 3 times a week to train us there.
Oh,
Yeah, we never went up to his neck of the woods. He came down to Orlando he was getting paid by Cocopelli to come down 3 times a week to train us there at his facility in Orlando.
that was one of the more fascinating interviews that Joey and I had ever done. Was
Really?
Obaki.
When,
Yeah,
when,
Obaki.
when did you guys do that?
About a year and a half ago.
Oh, so not too long ago. Okay, cool.
Yeah, we didn't talk about like insurance fraud or anything like that, but like we had some heavy topics.
He did the interview sitting at the bar in the restaurant he owned.
No way, really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
He's a character.
I lost contact with him. I don't even know how to get a hold of him. I would love to reach out and see how he's doing and stuff like that. He was a great guy.
Interesting guy. No, that's for sure.
Yeah.
All right. So you're with Obaki. You're at Cocopelli. It's Adam Pollock, correct?
Yeah. Yes. Yeah.
Joey, this is where we ignore like that sigh and we pretend like there's no issues there.
It was just I have no ill will against the guy, man. It wasn't for me. I left, a few years in. I kind of just left and did my own thing after that.
So when he testified at the George Zimmerman trial, did it surprise you?
Wait, what?
Oh, come on.
I swear to God, I didn't know. Are you serious?
Yeah.
No
Was it character
way.
witness or what?
Character witness for George Zimmerman.
Really?
Yeah.
I had no idea that he did. Dude, when I left that place, it was like I cut him off and nobody ever spoke to him again. Like I had no idea. No way. And I can't believe none of my friends didn't tell me about that. That's nuts.
Yeah.
Wow.
I just watched the video the other day.
Really?
Yeah. We kind of like do psychotic research here.
That's why he's the MMA detective.
Yeah,
So
right?
he nailed it. He nailed
Nice.
it. All right. So you've got like everybody talks about Kimbo, which, dude, absolutely fascinating.
Right.
And there's a lot of moving parts there too that like haven't been addressed. They always just kind of go with the Gary Shaw thing. But you've also got a couple other things too, like when you fuck Kevin Randleman on a rooftop for the Bobby Razek film.
Yeah, that was fun. So that was I'll come out. I've said this before on an interview and he got pissed, but it was supposed to be, the whole concept was filming this for a movie, but having real fights in the movie, right? So I don't think I went into detail about the story, to be honest. Kevin Randleman was there. I was supposed to fight Kevin Randleman. He brought me to the side. He brought me to the side. I was gonna fight him for real. I was like, screw it, I'll fight. Can I cuss here? I'm sorry, I don't know if
Yeah, we're good.
Okay,
Dude, we're
okay,
like not really monetized anyway. We're good.
Okay, cool. So sorry. So he came to me. I was like, no, fuck it. I'll fight him. Let's do this. And he wasn't paying me anything. I was like, I don't know why I'm doing this, but it was a shot to go to LA and film a movie and do this. It was like, why not? It'd be fun. Not pay me anything to fight Kevin Randleman.
Like zero?
That's nuts.
Zero. He gave me the flight and I slept on his couch at his house. Looking back, I'm an idiot. But
it's a high budget movie.
Yeah, oh yeah. So it was supposed to be real fights. Kevin pulled me aside when no one was. He pulled me aside. He's like, "Hey man," he's like, "Look," he's like, "Why are we doing this?" I'm like, "What do you mean?" He's like, let's figure something out." I'm like, "All right, let's figure something out." He's like, "We can go hard, but let's make it look good and let's not try to kill each other." And I'm like, "Oh, okay, that's fine with me. Let's work whatever out." So we kind of like worked this deal where I was going to do some strikes on him. He was going to try to throw something on me and I was going to block it. He eventually gets a takedown, but I was supposed to have a guillotine on him. Like he takes me down, but I really crank the guillotine, look like it's close. He pops out and he grounds and pounds me for a little bit and I stand up and that was it. Right. So we kind of get to fighting and that sort of happens. But I think Kevin Randleman just like a switch went off in his head, and as soon as I had a guillotine on the ground, and he popped out. He goes, let's finish this, and he started dropping hard as he could, elbows on my face. I'm like, come on, man. I'm covering up. I'm like, dude, and then they stopped it, but it was a break to get a different angle, and then they just stopped the fight and said that's all we need. So it was supposed to be a work. It ended up being kind of a work, but then
a shoot. I think it's what
I guess you call that. Yeah, there you go. It's more of a shoot because I heard him. He's like, he goes, "Oh, let's finish this," and he just starts dropping hard. I'm like, bro, Jesus, calm the fuck down,
Joey.
And I'm
do you know what this is called?
Now I watched it today. You did finish the fight with a rear naked choke, at least in the edit I saw.
Yeah, that was when we cut. We were that's another part we filmed, and it was like a head kick, and that was like an actual thing. Okay, I'm taking you down. You're supposed to turtle up, and I get your back, and I was choking him. But that was supposed to be the work part. That was the only supposed to be work.
Okay,
part. Everything else was supposed to be real.
So here's the thing with Bobby Razek, who's old school. I have purchased everything that guy's ever put out. I've never burned it. I've never pirated it. I have always bought it. So that's my respect for Bobby Razek. But for Bobby Razek to go online and just demand that the fight was real while you're stopping the action.
Yeah. I mean, obviously it's not a real fight, but especially when you're stopping the action for sure. But
maybe that's it. It's that ghetto slang. It's for real. This was just a for real, not both.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then I did feel bad when I came out and said that it wasn't like that. And then Kevin at the time did stick to it, saying it was real. But then he messaged me privately. He's like, "Hey, we want to keep it going." Like he was like, "Let's troll this and let's keep it going because it's making our names out there a little bit." He's like, "Yeah, I'm gonna keep going, saying it's real." I'm like, "Do you, man? Like whatever you want to do. I don't care. But I don't give a shit. I'm gonna tell him what happened."
So Joey, Kevin Randleman switching gears after he gets the takedown.
Yeah.
To me, that seems like he's been to Japan a lot, and there's some miles on that odometer that Seth doesn't have at that time.
Yeah. Yeah. But we were cool. I mean, it was fine with me. I didn't care. It was fine after. We were both bumped up a little bit, but it wasn't bad. It was definitely a good experience for sure.
Did you
And
hang
he
out
was
with
a cool
Coleman
guy.
after?
He was so cool. What's that?
Did you hang out with Coleman afterward?
Oh yeah, they went out and partied like hard. I just kind of stayed for some reason. I know why. I was with Marcio Simas at the time. He went with me. He was my jujitsu instructor at the time.
Coach. Yeah.
Coach. Yep. He went with me, and he wasn't going to go out and party, so I kind of stayed back with my coach, and they went out all night and partied.
Dude, those Hammer House guys, man, like when
Legends.
When Mark Coleman got inducted into the UFC Hall of Fame, you'll see Wes Sims in the audience, but you won't see Brandon Hinkle or Kevin Randleman. And the reason is because they got into a fist fight with each other in the in the lobby of the hotel, and they got kicked out of the hotel and weren't allowed to go in.
That's funny.
Yeah, that's Hammer House.
Coleman before his fight, because he actually did do a real fight. And who did he fight? Do you have that written down? Who he fought in there?
Big Hispanic or Samoan guy?
Yeah, Samoan. Oh man, I can't believe I'm blanking out because I anyway. He sat down right before the fight and goes, "Bro, what the fuck are we doing?" He's like, "I'm gonna have this big ass Samoan knock me out right now." No, that can't happen. And he gets up and just freaking takes him down and does what he has to do. But he got like he had a moment of clarity before, like, why are we doing this for like basically no money, and why are we're bare knuckle, we're beating each other up for nothing. He's like, why are we doing this right now?
And it wasn't like, Mighty. It wasn't Mighty Mo, was it?
Yeah, it wasn't Mo. Yeah.
Because he's in the cast. Yeah.
Yeah, that's who it was. There you go. Thank you.
That's another Florida guy. Mighty Mo Low, right? That's another Florida guy.
Yeah, I don't know where in Florida he's out of though. Is he in Florida?
I think Ralph Garcia just put him into his Florida Hall of Fame. It's got to be.
Oh, okay. Oh yeah, that. I didn't go to that because COVID was happening. I was off.
Yeah, I was there. I was there for that year.
Oh, you were?
Yeah.
I had one of my karate students go for it.
To accept the award?
Yeah.
Joey, it was so bizarre. Like, and I'm gonna tell you why. One, Ralph does a legitimate great job. Like the people that he inducts, he gets the old school guys. He does like the generations, even throws in an old shoot fighter. Right. I can't say anything more about the picks, but now it's Seth Petruzelli. He can't COVID. He's got asthma. He's got some concerns. And then like a TMA guy goes up there, and I'm like, are we being trolled? That's when I found out you went back to your roots.
Yeah. Oh, that's when you found out, really?
Yeah, I thought you were joking.
Yeah. So it was like when Brando had the Indian chick accept the Oscar for him. It's a baller move. It's a baller move.
It was one of my students. He's like, I'd be honored to go down there and accept that award for you. Nice. I'm like, okay, please, thank you very much.
Yeah, awesome. Yeah, just give like a good awesome. Yeah. All right, so we got the Randleman thing. Marcio Simas was also with you. All right, so you get Nate Robinson, World Valley Tudo. So that's Chris Cordiero. That's your introduction to Chris.
Correct.
Chris later becomes the King of the Cage matchmaker / promoter for certain events.
For certain events, yeah.
Did a lot of matchmaking for them.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Became like a very powerful tool within the King of the Cage kind of machinery. Can we agree on that?
Oh, yeah, agreed, for sure. Yeah.
And you were with him at Fight One.
Well, he was the commentator. Oh, and he put on the fight there at World Valley Tudo. I think that was his organization.
Yes, that was he promoted.
Right. And
he also did commentary, and I think he sometimes ring announced too.
He rang it. Yeah, he was doing it for that fight, that first fight. Yep.
Yeah. I'm very familiar with Chris. So then you get a canceled fight with Jonathan Ivey, which is pretty crazy. Like I'm a big Jonathan Ivey fan.
Oh, really? Yeah.
Okay, but then you wind up in Brazil for World Valley Tudo Championships against Mario Neto.
Yeah, Sakata,
who's in like the United Kingdom right now, one of the like premier trainers in all of the UK.
Really? That was an awesome fight, man. That fight, even though I don't know if you know the story on that either. That was supposed to be a 20-minute fight. And
that's it?
Yeah, a 20-minute straight through fight, bare knuckle, no rounds. But it went like 20, I don't know the time, it went like 22, 23 minutes, something ridiculous, where it should have gone. And if it would have stopped at the 20-minute mark, it was 17?
That's what it says on Sure Dog. They're not always right.
Yeah, I don't know about no. We literally watched the fight like 2 or 3 times after with a stop while like following the time of how long the fight went. It was like a couple minutes over. But anyway, yeah, that was a $100 flight to Brazil. My brother was my corner. He knew nothing about anything. He's like, I'm like, you want to go to Brazil with me? And he's like, hell yeah, I want to go to Brazil with you. My brother was off every night with a different girl in Brazil. I'm sitting in my hotel room like, what the fuck? What am I doing?
Yeah. I hope these bugs don't get me. Yeah. All right. So Mario Neto, the one thing I heard about this was that they stopped the fight a few different times in order to get you like not to win and him to kind of revive a little bit.
Yeah, man. We were both gassed a lot. Did you happen to watch that fight?
This is a Frederico Lapenda.
Lapenda, yeah. Yep.
Okay. Lapenda. So Lapenda was kind of known for this type of stuff.
Yeah.
And I heard through the grapevine.
First of all, I didn't know it was going to be the main event either. It was a main event fight. It was in a freaking stadium full of how many thousands of people. It was crazy. Like,
I mean, that's why you got the big bucks.
Yeah, $100, man. Damn. When I walked out, or not when I walked out, halfway through, there was hundreds of Brazilians on the side of the cage shaking the cage. Like, there was no order to this fight at all. It was absolutely insane. His mom was on the side, like shaking the cage. Like, I remember his mom being there. My brother was like fighting people, like looking to fight people, like because they're like going crazy. It was insane. But yeah, they stopped it a bunch of times because he was on the ground. I was kicking him a lot, like just leg kicking, and they stopped, set him up, let us break and breathe, and then go back at it. But it was literally like 20 minutes of him trying to take me down, me defending the takedown. I knocked him out. I knocked him down a few times, kicking him in his leg, and then back up. That was literally the whole damn fight, just nonstop. But I love fighting bare knuckle. That was like, I would definitely love to fight bare knuckle again if I ever fought again. But
yeah. So did you get the Brazilian baptism on the way out where they shower you with beer garbage?
Oh no, actually afterwards they had a lot of respect. Like, it was the opposite. So when I went in, it was like that. People were saying stuff, throwing stuff. When I went out, it was the opposite. Everyone was like shaking my hand, patting my back. It was like a kind of a Rocky moment, I guess, because I went in the enemy and then I came out and everyone like respected me for how I hung with him and beat the shit out of him, really, which was nice. Yeah. Because I mean, the next day he was head to toe bandages, all busted up. I had literally not a scratch on me. My knuckles were busted up from hitting him. So,
yeah, I heard it was really one-sided, and they stopped the fight. This is what was told to me.
Gotcha.
Yeah, they stopped the fight several times to allow Mario to kind of recover.
Yeah, I mean, they stopped it, but we were both, honestly, if I'm going to be truthful, we were both recovering because we were both guys. This was 240-pound Seth that wasn't really in the greatest shape. I was strong, but definitely not cardio Seth.
I can't imagine those kicks though.
Yeah, I mean, I was hammering him with those kicks. Like, his leg was, even like I said, head to toe bandage. His leg was just black and blue the whole way down. It was nasty.
How was Frederico Lapenda to deal with?
Business guy, man. Big time business guy. Because I said something afterwards about the fight. I'm like, hey, that went long. Like, I wasn't supposed to be like the main event. They didn't tell me when I was going. They just brought me out whenever. They didn't say you're first, you're second. They didn't say any of that stuff. They just
no lineup.
There was no line, nothing.
Okay. Did he get you food beforehand, or did he?
Oh, we did. Yeah. Okay. Well, we did eat. Yeah. They hooked us up with some good food. Yeah.
He didn't do that with Hinkle. He shorted Hinkle some food when we interviewed Hinkle.
Yeah. I wish I got a little a bonus, but another $100, $200,
or $25,
or $25.
Yeah, just a little over, the 20% tipping range. Yeah.
Right. Awful.
On this card, I got one quick question. The other American of note on the card is Darrell Gholar. Did you spend any time with him when you were in town?
Yeah. Darrell was interesting, man. Wasn't Mark the Bear Smith was on there too?
He was on it too, yeah.
Yeah, I got really close with Mark the Bear Smith on that trip, but Darrell I spoke with a lot too, and he was really intense, man. If what I remember, because I only got a little bit of interaction with him, like we all had like a rules meeting, and he like went off in the side and was just jumping rope, like mad jump, like speed roping and going crazy. And like when we're all supposed to be relaxing, he was over there doing like push-ups and just doing like extra crazy stuff. But real cool guy, like down to earth, real nice, but he was like really intense.
The story with him was that he loved the Brazilian women so much, he just never went home. He just lived in Brazil.
Did he stay there after?
For a while. I'm not sure if he's still there.
Really?
Yeah.
That's funny. That's awesome. I don't know. I got nervous about my brother a couple of times. Not gonna lie. He went off and didn't come back a couple of nights. I'm like, "You good?" He's like, "Yeah." There might be a Petruzelli running around here.
Yeah. Hey, Seth, this is what we're not going to do. We're not going to submit anything to 23andMe. I got some concerns.
Yeah,
I got some concerns.
Smart.
So, Joey, we talk about managers.
Yep.
What do you think the worst thing a fighter can have in terms of managers?
A brave manager.
Yes. A brave manager is the absolute worst thing a fighter can ever happen. Joey, let me introduce fight number 3. It is at WEC 1 in California, June 30th, 2001. Gan McGee is his opponent. Gan McGee is 8-1, and he's got John Hackelman and Chuck Liddell in his corner.
And he's 6'10".
And he's 6'10".
Right, look. Did you watch the fight?
Oh, I watch them all.
Okay.
The fuck, I got no fucking life.
I thought I was drilling him pretty good at first, and this one I knew no Brazilian jiu-jitsu. I knew nothing. I knew wrestling and I knew karate. That's what. That was
well, that's not true. You represented Team Cordiero at that event.
Yeah, sure. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Yeah, I guess. But yeah, I got taken down. Well, he lifted my leg up. I actually did pretty good holding my balancing on one leg, but he's 8 foot whatever, so he flipped me over. And then ankle locked me in 10 seconds or something ridiculous like that. I don't know what that was, but yeah, it was kind of embarrassing. That's for sure.
It kind of set the stage.
His stand-up was garbage, though. I know that.
Kind of set the stage for your career. You ended up fighting a lot of guys who were 6'10" in K1 and
even
Christianson.
Brad Imes, he was close to him.
Yeah, you fuck Goliaths.
I like fighting big. That to me, I like getting under. I don't know. Maybe that's the karate in me because I like getting low and under things and punching up. I don't know. I felt really comfortable fighting taller guys like that.
This guy wants to fight the Nephilim giants. That's who he's after.
Yeah.
So Victor Majasukas, which is probably right where it's supposed to be, if you subtract Gan McGee and a trip to Brazil, which I guarantee was probably $1,000. You got 100. Your manager got 9. Then there's Keith Fielder, who you knocked out. So you got 2 in a row. Your manager's doing an all right job.
Yeah. Building me back a little bit.
Yep. Mike Ward. You go to the United Kingdom.
Oh, United Kingdom. That was
not a bad trip.
Yeah, no, that was awesome, man. All those Irish. I was in Ireland for 2 weeks training before that fight because those guys I met in Brazil because they were on the card too. So I met Paddy. Oh man, I forgot his last name now.
Paddy Pimblett? Paddy the Batty?
No. Anyway, I was up there training for 2 weeks, then went to UK and fought there, and it was Mark the Bear Smith was there because we all met all in Brazil.
You guys all have the same management?
What's that?
Same management?
No.
Okay.
No. I don't think Cordiero got that one for me. I think I just got that one on my own. I think he contacted me from knowing me from Brazil and was like, "Hey, I'm putting this together. You want to come up here and fight?" I was like, "Yeah, let's do it."
So who's he? This isn't a Lapenda.
That's Paddy, and I can't remember his last name.
Okay.
He was the manager for the Irish guys that fought in Brazil.
It's not bad. You're 6 fights into your career. You've been out of the country twice already.
Oh, yeah. That is like the benefit of being a heavyweight.
Yeah.
Yeah, true.
It's the fastest way to the UFC. And
definitely I enjoyed the traveling a lot at the beginning for sure.
So you fly to Las Vegas for King of the Cage, November 1st, 2002. Rocky Batastini.
Yeah.
Dude, that guy is actually pretty tough.
No, he was after me. He went down on a losing streak, but before that, he was on a winning streak before. I think I don't remember how many.
Huge ticket seller.
Yeah,
huge ticket. Like you came in as a B-side. My belief is your management said, "Hey, dude, I got a guy. It's a good B-side," and holy shit, did you hurt him?
Yeah, that was a good. I remember him tearing me up from trying to defend his takedowns constantly, but yeah, it felt good to get a really cool win because it was a triangle choke, flipped him over, he was out cold, and then I got some punches from the top, the Brazilian teabag, I think it's called.
So Seth, there's highlight reel stuff involving fighters But
Yeah.
but then there's like other things involving referees where you're just like scratching your head, going, what are we doing here? So Steve Mazzagatti, Rocky kind of turns his head, like he sees you punch and he turns his head, you crack
Oh,
him. They
yeah.
weren't intentional, malicious back of the head punches.
No.
Mazzagatti goes crazy, takes 2 points away.
Jeez.
One's not enough. Okay.
Right.
They get into a scramble. Seth hits a triangle. Rocky is completely unconscious in the triangle. And the only reason Mazzagatti knew was because Seth is just like, he's like, and then he rolls him and pounds him a couple times. That's not a knockout. He choked. That guy was completely unconscious from the triangle. You were like almost waking him up with your punches.
Yeah. Yeah.
Mazzagatti, like he missed. It was just like, dude.
Yeah.
You know.
I didn't realize he took 2 points away. I blank out when I go in the fight, so I don't know what he took away. I didn't remember that. I remember getting points deducted, but I didn't know it was a full 2. Yeah.
After that, you go to King of the Cage Albuquerque. You fight Brian Hawkins, who is 5-2. He's a 4-year college wrestler. Hawkins is actually like one of those blue chippers that has a couple losses on his record, but the wrestling pedigree they believe is going to kind of carry him.
Right.
That was another good fight for you.
Yeah, for sure. I remember him trying to like I think he had me trying to suplex, I guess, and I just hooked his leg and literally just fell on top of him. And then just ground and pound.
So the winner was supposed to fight Bobby Hoffman, somebody that Joey and I have been trying to track down for 3 years.
Yeah.
Is he still alive, that guy?
How? I mean, we've been looking, dude. Like I might even, I kind of assume he's in California, in some tent city.
Yeah, that's from how he was. Yeah, man, that guy is, he's another level, man. I don't know. Yeah, but my ankle was jacked up before the Hawkins fight, and is actually for my very first MMA fight ever. When I threw a leg kick, it kind of hit on his shin and it cracked, and it's never been the same since after my first fight. So
your leg,
my ankle, yeah, my ankle.
Really?
Yeah. So before every time training up to a fight, my ankle just starts hurting, and that one was really bad. Like it was aggravating me pretty bad. So that's why I didn't continue after that. I was like, you know what, it hurts. I could probably go out there and fight, but there's no point in going out there and injure myself more for a couple $100 again. So. And
Wait, so
I was like, you know what? I can fight him in another. Me and Bobby talked. Like, hey, let's set up. He actually came to me and was like, hey, I know you're injured. He's like, you're probably not going to do it. He's like, let's do this where we can get a bigger payday, where we can build this up and make it bigger. I was like, yeah, you're right. Let's make it bigger. Fuck it. So
Jason Godsey was an alternate. That's how he got in the finals.
That's how he got in the finals. Correct.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
We got to get Godsey. I got his phone number. I got Godsey's phone number.
Oh, it'll be a good one.
You landed like a dozen leg kicks to open the fight, and Hawkins couldn't get a shot off after that. Like he was done. Like literally the fight pretty much ended in the first 15 seconds by what you landed.
Right. Yeah, it was definitely a quick fight. I remember peppering him with a bunch of kicks, which was
slowed him
great,
down.
but it was hurting my ankle at the same time, but it was hurting him. So, I mean, it wasn't hurting me in the ring, but after the ring, I was like, damn.
See, I was told right around this time, this is where you started at Marcio Simas gym, but obviously.
That's right, because Adam was there for this, and then right after that is when I started going to Marcio. Like I split from Adam, and I was like, we got in a huge argument, man. It was bad because Obaki wasn't coming anymore. I was Nick Starks was doing the Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, and then I was kind of helping Nick Starks, and then I started teaching a little bit, and then Adam would come in and just run his mouth, acting like because he knows nothing about Jiu-Jitsu, and he started just saying some stuff, and my temper, I just lost it, and I went off on him, and I stormed out, and I never went back. Yeah, and then went to Marcio.
Well, you hooked in with Ben Saunders and Paul Rodriguez as well. Paul's like a pioneer of the sport. Another Florida guy, obviously.
Yep,
still.
Yep. Dean Thomas, Paul.
Yeah.
Ben at the time, really, it was more Paul and Dean Thomas who I was there with a lot. Not Dean wasn't at Marcio's, but Paul was there.
Did you ever get in like with Wade Rome at all?
No, he was in Lakeland, I think.
Yeah, no, it was gym.
What's that?
I've been to his gym. It's like in a family. It's like in a family barn. It's pretty cool.
Oh yeah, no, but never.
Okay. Yeah, Rodriguez is one of those old school names too. He's a definite a pioneer for the state of Florida.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah. Yeah, we opened the first gym I opened was with Paul. Like uh after Marcio, me and Paul got together and we opened Knockout Fitness. That was in 2005, I think 6. And then we just kind of we sold it after that and we went our separate ways after that. But me and Paul had a gym together for about a little over almost 2 years, I think we had it for.
I think he had 2 fights in the UFC? Old school guy, like in
Uh-huh.
the UFC, like early 30s. I just watched him the other day. Oh, hey, dude, this is kind of a hard conversation, but I gotta ask. Man.
Sure.
Dan Severn, King of the
Okay.
Cage 32, January 24, 2004. Do I need to ask?
What happened?
Ask what? No, what happened? I love that was one of my favorite fights of all time. Like that,
Is it?
everyone talks to me the Kimbo fight. For me, at the point in my career where I was like trying to make it to the UFC, that Dan Severn fight made me like personally was like a huge victory because he was one of the guys I watched grown up, and I finally got to fight him, and it was it. I mean, was it my best performance? I don't know. I gassed in the third round for sure, but I felt really good that I beat him securely.
I mean, it looks funny to me.
Really? Like
Come
a
on,
word?
dude.
Funny?
Are you
serious?
fucking kidding? Are you serious?
No, I never. No one's ever told me that ever. I swear to
Really?
God.
It's
No.
kind of like the dance in Detroit. Well, here, this is the issue I have, and it's not with you. I mean, that's so in the second round, you get full on mount.
Oh yeah, and he pushes me, pushes off. Oh yeah,
No,
but you
he
see, I
doesn't
get
push you
full
off. The
They
referee
stand you up.
stops it. The referee
Wow.
stops it.
No, I get full. No, I get full mount, and he turtles up, and I'm on top of him, hitting him. No.
Okay.
No,
You cartwheel onto like full mount,
Yeah.
and referee Jorge Alonso, the minute it gets there, he's like, oh shit. Eric Apple goes, hey, he's got full mount. Chris Cordiero is like maybe giving hand signals. I don't know, but Jorge Alonso steps in, stands it up. Apple goes, he just got mount. And then Chris Cordiero, your manager, the promoter, also doing color commentator, goes, yeah, but they weren't doing anything.
Wow, I didn't never occurred to me.
Really?
No, I swear to God, no. Unless they're out to get me, I don't know. I hope that would be really shitty because I wasn't told.
And then Severn's like speech at the end.
Yeah, his like. Well, I heard a little bit of it, like a passing of the torch type speech or something.
He does that on fixed fights. Like I've got like 8.
Oh no shit.
Oh, dude, he's got like maybe 30 fixed fights. I think I've got 8 of them earmarked where he's done that. Same speech.
Yeah, really. Yeah. No, I mean, I'd open up and I'd tell you guys if anything was fishy about that, but I swear to God, like that fight meant a lot to me. So I mean, I drilled him in the head with a head kick hard as I could, and I don't know how you worked that, but
Huh. Yeah,
We believe you.
67-6. Yeah, damn. But you got to remember, like here, and let me kind of set the table a little bit. He fought Pat Miletich in Iowa in like 98, 99, and he was doing fixed fights back then. Like even Pat Miletich said, no, it was absolutely a fake fight that I was in with Severn. So, hey, if not, I believe you. Obviously, you got no reason to lie.
I promise on my firstborn that was a real
No,
fight
no,
for
no,
me.
no,
For me,
that's
it
cool.
was. But,
How was Chris Cordiero as a manager?
he was good. I mean, I don't have any complaints. I guess. I mean, he was. At first, I was kind of like, who? I mean, he told me about the people I was gonna fight. At first, like the Mario Sukada and McGee, and he was like, "Do you want to do this?" He's like, "I'll send you there." So he wasn't like protecting me, but I was the one saying, "No, I'll do it." I wasn't like saying, "Nah, they're not right now. Let's get another, some build up fights and then fight them." So, he did push me to do the Bob Sapp fight.
That's where we're at, dude.
I wanted to do it, but I was like, "Bro, you got to get me some more money." He's like, "Oh, just do it." He's like, they're not gonna. He was kind of like, "Do it or don't do it." He was kind of like, "Fuck you" at the point. I was like, "All right, whatever."
What'd you get paid for that? If you don't mind me asking.
20K, I think. I think it was like 20 and 10, or was it 10 and 10 or 20? Around anywhere from 10 to 20. I know it wasn't a whole lot.
So this is Japan.
Most I ever got paid up to that.
This is at the time where like those pop-up stores, like Halloween stores that come up every October.
Yeah.
Bob Sapp has those pop-up stores in Japan. And one of the items that they sold there was like body hair and tea bags. That's how popular Bob Sapp was.
Yeah, he was insanely popular. I saw cardboard cutouts of him everywhere. It was crazy for sure.
How would you describe your interactions with him?
With him, I mean, like he was so cool, like down to earth, like low.
He's a smart guy,
but soft spoken. Like he's like, oh yeah, man, this is gonna be good. Like let's do this, let's do it. I shook my hand. It was a very weak shake. I was like, okay. I don't know. He was a really nice guy, down to earth. Yeah, that's really the only interaction I had was a little bit at the press conference before. And then afterwards, when I was throwing a fit in the ring for them stopping it, he's like, calm down. He's like, calm down. You got to calm down. We can fight again. We can fight again. Calm down. He like said that to me, which was cool, I guess. But
it didn't happen.
Yeah.
We lied to you.
Yeah,
So
yeah, I know exactly. It didn't happen exactly.
Yeah.
What was the injury? Was it dislocated elbow?
No, yeah, that's what I thought. I thought I tore my bicep, and it was a stinger. Literally, if you saw at the end 15 seconds, I raised my back hand. I'm like, okay, I'm fine again. I've never had a stinger in my life. Playing football, wrestling, nothing. I've never had a feeling of where I tried to move my arm and I could not move my arm. I threw a punch past his face. He came over top and like threw it at me, and I twisted, I guess, just the extension here this way. And then I pulled back, and then I felt like it literally felt like a ghost arm, like it was gone, like I didn't have an arm. And I was freaked out, screamed. It didn't hurt, but I was freaking out, like, oh my God, I tore my bicep. And then I was like, wait a minute, I can feel it. It's back. Okay, I'm good. And that was it. Literally, freak stinger. I guess it was a stinger. I mean, I don't know what else that would have been to stop my arm from moving for just like 10 seconds.
How big was Bob Sapp weight wise at this
They
point?
said when he announced him 6'7", 370, but I don't think that was right. I mean, I think they exaggerated a little bit. That was his entrance, what they said, I believe.
What do you guess? I mean, you've been around.
I mean, he's definitely pushing 300. Like, he's definitely in the 300. Like, 310, 320 maybe.
So, Joey, you got Bob Sapp, who's got wins over Ernesto Hoost.
Ooh, yeah.
Yeah.
Like, Minotauro Nogueira, that war is Hall of Fame worthy. And then you got a heavyweight you're bringing in as a B-side that doesn't want to lay down. It's like, no, I want to fight. Like it's such a rare quality. Like they're giving you a way out where you save face, and then you got the guy going, well, no.
Well, he had knocked Sapp down.
Yeah.
He clipped him with, was it a short left?
It was the same exact punch I hit Kimbo with. It was just a right. It was just a right. Well, because he was so much taller. That's one of the reasons I like fighting taller guys, because I can get under their chin. It's easy to just go straight up, and I hit him straight up. I covered up. He threw these wide, crazy gorilla punches, and I just covered up, blocked him, and just went straight up the middle and just clipped him in his chin. Knocked him out for like, he wasn't out, but he got rocked, and that's why he fell down.
Yeah, it wasn't a looping punch. It looked so short. I had
It was
to
a
watch
short,
it 3 times.
it was a tiny little hip, like use my hip and just pop straight up. Which is the same thing with Kimbo, just a little tiny clip, just a little.
Joe, can you imagine if he got Sapp and Kimbo on his record?
If it was MMA, I would have just jumped on top of him, but
right. They were still They didn't want to give you another chance at Sapp. At that point, he was still really marketable.
Right. Yeah, for sure. And I knew that's why they kind of didn't let it keep going, like afterwards.
Yeah.
I was like, yeah, that's why I got pissed. It's kind of messed up.
In the chemo fight with Bob Sapp, they did everything they could to deliver him the win. So that's where they were at.
Yeah. Alexander Pichkunov, like that's you're back in Japan again. Dude, your passport got a workout, bro.
No, yeah, for a while it did, for sure. Yeah. That fight, I don't know how in depth you want to go with that. But
dude, please, dude, we're here for you. I mean, we love this shit. We love it.
It was a really weird, I don't even know how to explain it. My grandfather was in the hospital at the time, dying of cancer. Oof. And I went over there to fight, and I just didn't feel like myself. Like it was a weird feeling. Never felt like that before in my life. Went out there, I just felt deflated, like gassed, and I just looked like shit. And I remember just throwing a few kicks and be like, I don't fucking want to be. Like, I didn't want to be there, but then I was like, I should have done this. I had doubts, and I never had doubts in my mind before when I fought. And it was, and I just kind of gave up. Honestly, it was just like, I I was gassed when the ref came to me. I was like, I'm done. I'm done. I even said I'm done. It sounds really like cowardly of me, but I was just.
It's truth.
It is
Yeah.
the truth. I'm being honest right now. So it's.
Yeah.
I don't know. It was weird. And then when I got back home, I literally felt like crap. Got back home, and the minute I got back home, my brother picked me up from the airport and told me my grandfather passed away like right before the fight. So it was just a weird thing, And I was really
Nice.
I was really close with them. So.
Oh.
Yeah. So it was just a bad time, bad fight.
The Ultimate Fighter season 2. What's the application process like for your side?
I, I didn't think I had to do the house because this was right after the Severn. I had a bunch of, the Bob Sapp thing kind of was going for all my King of the Cage wins. So I was like, I kind of just want to have a UFC fight. I don't want to go through the house. But Cordiero was like, you either do this. This was the kind of Cordiero. This was the last time I dealt with Cordiero. He was like, yeah, you either do this or you don't go to the UFC. I'm like, dude. I'm like, okay. Like, I guess I'll do the house then. So he sent me the packet, sent it in. They interviewed us. We all went out there, did a bunch of.
Who was your interview group?
Just a bunch of the producers, and then
Dana. You didn't see any of the other fighters. You weren't grouping you or have you roll with anybody.
Oh no, that's after we made it to the show. That's when we kind of grouped in and started rolling and doing that stuff.
Okay, so you get interviewed. What was the line that you said that when you go, boom, I got it?
I don't know nothing.
Or the question. What was the question that they
There's
asked you?
really no questions. I mean, they were just like saying like, "Oh, how are you with other people with your stuff?" and this, and I was acting like I was like, "Yeah, I don't like people. I'm kind of like my own personal space. I like things clean." Oh, I was big on being clean, and if people are messy in the house, I'm not gonna like it. So I think that kind of like where they're like, "Oh yeah, maybe this will create some drama." And I really am. I'm a clean freak. I don't like having dirty anything, but. They were so much on that show that they didn't actually show. It was so bad. It was so bad that they made us look like the worst season, I feel, but we had like the most amazing stuff on camera if they were just able to show it, and they couldn't. So it really sucked. I
You got a story for us?
Oh, I got a bunch of stories for you. I don't know. So I'll give you one with Rashad. This is so bad, but I've already told the story for on the podcast that I'm on, so it's not a big deal. I mean, this is 2006, different time. Okay, guys?
Mhm.
So we're not allowed out of the vehicle. Like when they transport us, we're in these vans. We can't go out of the vehicle. We can't talk to anybody. Can't have newspapers. Can't have anything, right? So we're going back and forth between training. There, I see a bunch of cones, like construction cones, outside the van. We had a stoplight. I bust out of the van, grab some cones just because I'm just fucking around. I don't know what I'm doing. I'm just stealing cones, put them in the van. It's like, what are you doing, Seth? Stop doing that. I'm like, yeah, whatever. Have these construction cones.
These are mine. These are my
cones. These are my cones. So we get back to the house, and I was like, what the hell am I gonna do with these cones now? I'm like, I know. So I take some paper towels. I make it look like a KKK hat.
Oh,
I put it in Rashad's room. I cut some holes. I make it look legit. I put it in his room. And I didn't say who it was from. I just stuck it there. I didn't put like a note or anything. I just stuck it there. And I had him walk in. And he's such a fucking good sportsman. I love Rashad. We train together a lot afterwards as well. Like Rashad's the best. And he saw it. He's like, man, you guys. He took it really well. I mean, it wasn't like a big like ooh thing. It was just, I don't know. I was bored and I wanted to do something to fuck with him like really bad, which was pretty bad. Another thing I did was another stop at a stop sign in Vegas. They used to have those. I don't know if they still do or not. The old newspaper things where have all the sex magazines in there. I grabbed a whole stack of sex magazines, like a whole stack of them, threw them in there for us. They let us keep them. Actually, we were back there. I cut them all out. There's one guy there, and of course I can't remember his name again. Big dude. He broke down to us at the beginning, told us he was a virgin, was waiting to marriage. So I took all those naked pictures of the chicks, and we're in bunk beds, right? He's in the bottom bunk. I taped hundreds of them, naked chicks with fucking tits out, pussies, everything. I taped the whole thing to the top of his bunk. So when he laid down, there's just a bunch of naked chicks like staring at him in the face. just to fuck with
So
them.
are we talking like high end stuff, or are we talking like
Oh no, it was bottom of
the
it was
the horrible
streets.
the bottom feeding
It was bad. It was bad.
chugs?
It was bad stuff. Yeah. So yeah, there's just a lot of stuff that we did to fuck with each other. We had like which was it's stupid. We had like water balloon fights that they didn't show, but we were like freaking pulling each other's pants down, like shoving it into each other's pants. Like I did up. I went and shit. This is bad. I went and shit. There's like 4 toilets in the house. I went and did like shits in everyone else's toilet, like and didn't flush. Just and mine were at the time. This was heavyweight Seth eating like all sorts of crazy meats and stuff that they gave us. I like filled up the toilet, put the top down, didn't flush it, waited outside for everyone to like see it and like get pissed off. Who did this? Get all mad, and I'm just like laughing in the background, like not telling anybody. So there's a bunch of pranks that we did that they didn't show, that I did that they didn't show.
Joey, guess the virgin.
I was just trying to look up the fight card of the fight night.
Yeah.
I don't know. We need
to
to get
look
to the
at
bottom of it.
Yeah, I need to look at the names because I can't remember the name. I need to look at his name.
Mm.
There was 2 guys there that were big jack white guys.
Well, the two biggest guys were Dan Christianson and
Brad Imes. Yeah, guys you fought.
Yeah,
Wasn't them?
2 other big white guys.
Mm. So you're in the Ultimate Fighter season 2 house.
Yeah.
And while you're filming it, it's one thing. What's the time period between like you being in the house and it airing, and then you're actually able to fight on the fight night?
I remember it being a while. We were in the house
Almost
for
like a year, right?
Yeah, it was close to that. Yeah, it was almost a year because I remember getting sick during that time, losing weight. Dana's like, "Why do you look like a toothpick? What's the matter with you?" I'm like, "Fuck, I know."
I said, "Well, I can't afford to eat. You guys are paying me, and I can't fight."
Yeah, exactly. And then they didn't put me on that card either. I was like, "Dana, like, what's up?" He's like, "Yeah, we'll have you in the next one." I'm like, "Okay." So yeah, it was almost a year that I went from.
Did they pay you monthly, like a monthly stipend?
While we were there, that we got like a weekly pay, but it was like
after you got out.
Oh no! After no, hell no, no.
Think about that.
Yeah, no, it was bad.
That's criminal.
Yeah, it's bad. I'm really kind of pissed off that I missed out on that damn lawsuit. To be honest, I tried. I missed it by like 3 months.
Oh,
yeah, it sucks. Tom got a good payday though.
I mean, you got 2 gyms. You're swimming. You're swimming. Yeah,
I'm doing good.
With Dan Christianson, dude, that guy was legit. 6'3". That guy was tough, man. And you know what? You got 2 groin shots, and Steve Mazzagatti told Dan, "Don't worry about it." It's like, dude, there's something going on with you.
Yeah, I don't know why he doesn't like me, man. I don't know what that is. We're both Italian. What the hell? I don't know what his deal was. But those groin shots, man, even with the steel cup, that hurt, man. That hurt. I remember that hurting so bad. Sucked.
Joey, he looks over at Dan, and Dan's just like, "Damn, it's 2. I guess you're taking a point." He's like, No. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it.
And it sucks. We were the only season Ultimate Fighter that had 3-round fights. Like everyone else had 2. We had 3.
3 5-minute round fights.
3 5-minute round fights. Yeah. That was kind of bullshit. That's why I don't think they showed a lot in the house, because they needed time to show the fights, so they didn't show a lot of the stuff we did in the house.
So Joey, I think they revamped it. I think the state got involved and said, "Man, if these are exhibition fights, they can't be more than 2 rounds," because they were going the full duration of an actual fight, and these guys got to live in the same house. Like that's a lot of wear and tear on somebody.
Oh yeah,
dude. The way they train it. I've never been overtrained more than when we were on the house. Those guys, all they wanted to do was for the show. They just wanted to destroy. Like, it was the worst training. It was good training because obviously we get to train with Franklin and Hughes and a bunch of other guys, Couture. But the amount that they did just to kill us and destroy our bodies and just make it look good for camera was criminal. Like, our bodies were beat to hell, man. It was awful.
Was it heavyweights and welterweights your season?
Well, yeah. So it was Joe Stevenson. So he's welterweight, right? Yeah.
That's what I don't get. How can they be expected to make weight a bunch of times in a row? That's even crazier.
Oh yeah, them too. Yeah, that on them. Yeah, I don't know. That would suck because there was a lot of food in the house. That's for sure.
Yeah.
Did you think that Dan Christianson was portrayed poorly, like intentionally?
I don't. Not that I remember. No, I haven't watched this since it aired, man. Like maybe one other time I've seen it, but I don't think so. I mean,
Yeah, his manager publicly went after Tim Sylvia and Matt Hughes over the way he was treated. And their belief was because he's got a win over Ben Rothwell, which, dude, that's a huge win.
oh yeah, that's a big one. Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't. I mean, Matt Hughes, I love Matt. We became really good friends, and we hung out a lot after the season. But Matt can be a pain in the ass. He's not easy to get along with when he likes fucking around or doesn't like somebody. He makes it known for sure.
It's a wrestler mentality.
Yeah.
And the winner of the season, Brad Imes, dude, you took him to a split decision.
Yeah, that was my. I mean, you guys know you researched about the ear. That was the. I had cauliflower ear before, but this cauliflower ear was literally hanging off my damn head, like drooping down. If you saw the pictures afterwards, my head looks like a giant tampon head, like it was all covered up and stuff like that. That was the worst pain I felt ever. Like Matt Hughes just kept saying, "Hit him in his ear, hit him in his ear," and I was on top, and Brad just kept peppering me in the ear, and it would. My whole head was just like it was my heartbeat. My whole head was throbbing. It was awful, man. It was like burning, intense. On a scale of 1 to 10, it was a 9, man. It was awful. And yeah, I was just when I ended up on top, I didn't work a lot because I was just trying to cover my ear and I was in so much pain. So I got the takedowns and I felt good standing up, but then I just wasn't active enough, I guess, on the ground while on top. So that's why I lost that split decision. I assume.
Yeah, you weren't on the finale. Did they tell you why you weren't?
No, that's the day before, 2 days before, I asked Dan, I'm like, "Hey, what's up, man? Why am I not on the finale?" He didn't say anything. He's like, "Oh, we'll just have you on the next one." I'm like, "Okay." I don't know. It was very weird. I felt shunned a little bit that I wasn't for sure. But in a way, like
Yeah.
it might have been good though, because I did after the season. I'm probably because they broke our bodies down so much. I was having like a little bit of health issues going on. It turned out to be nothing. It was just a bunch of premature ventral like extra heartbeats I was having because of my potassium. Everything was like our levels were so fucked from overtraining.
BTC.
PVCs and PACs I was having. Yeah. Um, and I freaked out. I never had those before, so I thought I was having like heart attacks constantly. I dropped like 30 pounds. So I definitely looked real sickly when I saw Danny. He's like, "What up? Are you a middleweight now?" I'm like, "No, I'm gaining the weight back. I just had some issues going on." So it might have been good because I was really light the day of the finale. So
Did you get along with Joe Silva?
um yeah. Oh yeah, for sure.
Really?
Yeah.
Hmm.
Why is it people usually does it
Oh,
people don't-
dude, we
A
can
lot
have
of guys
highlight.
didn't.
We can have a highlight reel. People on this show that just shit all over him. Oh
Oh
yeah,
really? Oh really?
Matt Serra and Chris Lytle being two at the top. Yeah,
Oh no way. Yeah. It's fine.
yeah, Tim Thomas too. I mean, we haven't had him on, but Dan always shits on him.
So,
So the final chapter UFC, it's your 205-pound debut. Matt Hamill is your opponent. It's fight of the night.
yeah, I don't remember getting money for that though.
Really?
Yeah, I really don't remember getting any money for that fight. I remember getting paid my normal fee, but I didn't get fight of the night bonus.
You think they gave it to your manager?
Yeah,
I don't know what happened with that. I have no idea.
Who was your manager at this time? You left
No,
Cordiero.
no, I was by myself at that point.
Oh, that's probably why you didn't get it.
Yeah, I don't remember getting it. So I guess I should have. I don't know. I didn't know it was fight of the night until like way long after, I guess. And then at that point, I don't know. I don't remember that. It was a blur, to be honest. I don't know what happened.
Joe, you know what we should do? We should track down Joe Silva's new phone number.
Yeah.
Just call him with Seth. Hey, dude, he's just looking for his bonus money.
Yeah,
Hey, Silva got a good payout. He could afford to throw a
Yeah.
little change.
Yeah. In fact, Joe Silva and I were like pretty good, like not good friends, but we connected on a few different things, like outside of MMA and stuff like that, that we talked and texted about and stuff like that. So yeah, we're
Video game
okay.
stuff?
No religious stuff. Like
Oh,
we're both atheists, and we're
oh, Jesus. Okay.
yeah. We were like we're really into at the time I was very much into it, like the different, I don't know.
Like the Christopher Hitchens stuff.
Yeah, like just like Richard Dawkins and different authors and stuff like that and stuff. And he was really into that too. And
Is he an atheist too?
yeah.
I didn't know that. Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah, Paul Rodriguez is in your corner. Tito Ortiz is in Matt Hamill's corner.
Yeah, Tito. Yep. Yeah, I mean, I felt like it was a good fight. His takedowns were just he was powerful though. I was gonna play the villain and won the belt or act like the bell rang and turn around and go touch gloves and then just turn and clock him. That would be. But I didn't get to do the villain.
Thank God you weren't as childish
Yeah,
as
yeah,
your thoughts. Thank
yeah.
God. Yeah.
Exactly.
That would have been viral.
Yeah. uh,
Well, I mean, you got to use every advantage
It's
you
true.
can to win a
True.
fight.
Yeah, exactly. Miyamoto Musashi. Use every advantage. But I felt good.
Wait,
He got scarred up pretty good. I got bloody. It was a bloody mess. That fight was just. I remember not seeing. That's what I remember not seeing at all. I remember seeing like white because there was so much blood in my face. That was the first time I really couldn't see. Like for like half the fight, it was just like total blinding blood like everywhere. I remember the picture in the magazine or the newspaper. My home newspaper was just me like horror face, just covered in blood. You couldn't see my face.
but the fight, like the in-ring maturity that you showed, because that would have freaked a lot of people out. And it's not like you're on your 30th, 35th fight. Like that's your first time experiencing that, and you handled it
Yeah.
really well.
Yeah. In my mind, I wasn't because I was like, I can't. I remember telling the ref, I was like, I can't see. I can't see. Like, I can't see anything. I remember screaming that, but. Well,
Should we go on Sure Dog? Is that can't be Mazzagatti again?
if it is,
No, John McCarthy. That's
It's
John
John
McCarthy.
Oh, it's
Yeah.
McCarthy. Okay.
Yeah, I'm watching like UFC 1 through 50. I'm at like UFC 36 right now, and John McCarthy's like on his bullhorn. Come on, you got to keep working. You got to go. It's like the entire. I gotta mute it sometimes. It's like, John, they just got to the ground.
Yeah. Let them work. Let them do their thing, man.
Paul Rodriguez is in your corner. Like I said, I got a lot of respect for Paul. Ultimate Warrior Challenge, you're kind of here. You get cut from the UFC. What's the conversation like? You just got fight of the night.
Yeah, that was I remember going back because Cordiero had that. He gave me that fight. I went back to Cordiero. He's like, I got a show I'm putting on. I think it was Jacksonville. He's like, and this guy I think he was 4-0. He was undefeated at the time, I think, too. Another guy that was like up and coming. But it was like nothing. I remember that fight just being super easy.
Yeah, Bernard Rutherford.
Bernard
Yeah.
Rutherford. Yeah.
At the heavyweight division, you don't know either. You've got a blue chip athlete or you don't. Like,
Right. Yeah.
like Brett Rogers, his first real fight, like, was at the big show. Like if you look at his independent grind, it's just tomato can after tomato can.
Yeah.
All right, so Wilson, but you get back to the UFC. Does Cordiero hook you up with this?
How did I get back to the UFC after that? Maybe.
Yeah, you're 100%. Yeah, April 5th, 2007, UFC Fight Night.
Yeah.
Wilson Govea.
Yeah.
He's a cop now. You think he's a cop in? Is he a cop in Orlando or
No,
Miami?
he was down in my. He was because used to go down and train with him because at that point I was with American Top Team and he was American Top Team as well. So I remember going down there and training with those guys. And that's why it was weird that I was fighting them too. But
Dude, that's what Joe Silva sometimes does. Oh, you're training
Yeah.
partners, but not really? Good. That's your
it
next
was fun.
opponent.
Yeah, which kind of sucked.
Was he American?
Yeah, he's Brazilian.
No, he's Brazilian.
Yeah, and he's a cop.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, he got a citizenship. There's a couple of them. Yeah, there's a couple guys from that area that are cops now. Yeah. Govea, another fight of the night. What was your bonus like there?
No, that wasn't fight of the night.
Joey? Go to the wiki.
No, there's no way because
That's gonna take a
it was
minute.
fast. That was
Maybe
went
they
after
gave
first.
Govea
It was the second round guillotine, I think it was, right? Or was that the first round?
Yeah, second round.
second round.
Guillotine.
Maybe they gave it to Govea. Maybe they gave him some fight of the
Maybe
night
got
bonus.
submission of the night. Maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe submission. Yeah.
Okay. Sean Salee, you went night fight, KNIGHT fight.
That was with Jamie Levine. His fight.
Dude, don't you dare say anything bad about that man.
He still owes me $2,500. He took it to the grave.
Oh,
Well, he had to pay his lawyer for his
Yeah.
SA charge, where he had to register.
Yeah.
It's right around that time. Right
Yeah.
around this time, he catches a case.
Yeah. Nice.
I met her in the club. No. It was your business partner's daughter. You didn't meet her in a club. It was
Oh,
your
I didn't know
business
that.
partner. Yeah.
Oh God.
People like try to defend him that way. No, dude, all you gotta do is just read the newspaper article.
Right. Yeah.
So how was Jamie? Did he? Okay, wait. Let me ask. Wait. So whenever you had to like communicate with him about like money or something like that, he always had like his little dog in his hand, and he would always like pretend like that there was some sort of issue with the dog, so he had to leave.
Oh,
Did he do that
I
to you?
do that. No, he would just do a
Okay.
high pitched type voice and just kind of like change the subject real fast. This is kind of how it always went with him. And I don't know how I let him talk him. I don't know how he ever got to be one of my corners for my fight. Was it Germany? When the hell was he my corner? I don't know how it happened, and I don't know who one of my other corners wanted him there for some. I don't remember, but it was awful. I don't remember what it was. But that's where he owed me money because he put his name across my shorts, and he was going to pay me for it. Uh, I want to say that was
On the front or the back? I just had a morbid curiosity.
uh, I still have the shorts. I gotta look. I think the back maybe. I don't.
Hmm.
I don't know.
Yeah, dude, he's an interesting cat, man.
Yeah.
He's he knew talent though. I'll tell you what. So whatever is you want, Jamie Levine. I mean, he had high end taste with like a lemonade budget, but that guy knew
Yeah,
talent.
yeah, for sure.
He had Milicic versus Pele. That was on his card. No
That was his, really?
introduction to Nogueira to the United States audience. Yeah. All right. So you get through Champs-Élysées, win KO. You got a canceled fight against Cyrille Diabate. The entire event got canceled.
Was that what event was that for? I remember that.
It was May 17, 2008. I think it was in Europe.
It wasn't a kickboxing, it was an MMA fight. I do
It
remember
was
that. I
MMA.
remember Cordiero lining that up too, actually. Yeah, I don't remember that. I do
Cordero
remember.
was plugged, dude. Say what you want. Cordero was plugged.
No, yeah, he had his for sure. He had his ins for sure.
What kind of percentage are you paying him?
I think he was doing 20%, just like
It's so, dude. Come on, man.
yeah.
I
Like
just
I'll
don't think
get
it's right. Give him 10%, 5%. You know what I mean? Like,
now looking back at the end of my career, I remember giving 10%, but I remember at this point it was still I think I was doing 20, I believe.
it's a fucking phone call, dude. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
It takes you 30 seconds.
yeah, I know. And at that point, I could kind of do it. After the seasonal definer, it was a lot of my at the time wife doing it for me. She was just kind of making the
Good.
calls and stuff like that, so I didn't
Yeah,
need
good.
really.
All right. So you're at EliteXC. You're cornering Tom Lawler. Am I correct? Who are you there
Wait,
cornering?
no. I was supposed to fight.
Oh, no, wait. I apologize. You're supposed to fight and they moved you around in the card. Yes.
Yeah,
Okay.
correct. Tom was there cornering me.
Tom Lee was cornering you. Well, or wait, no, what's his name?
Tom Lawler.
Lawler, and then you had Mike Lee as well,
Mike Lee,
correct?
yeah, he's my
Okay.
main. He was the coach to the very first fight I ever had. Um, that was his coach. We met after I knocked his guy out, and we became friends ever since. And he's a great jujitsu coach. He's the jujitsu coach at my gym right now.
I tell you what, dude, that's another guy. The foundation of Florida mixed martial arts. His name's on that wall.
Right, for sure.
I respect Mike. Yeah. So, all right, you're on the card. You're hanging out, but you're also
Who are you supposed to fight?
It was an undercard fight, man. What's the guy's name?
Joey, I don't have it.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm sorry, I don't remember.
It might be on Tapology, but I don't have it. I don't know.
Because he didn't fight at all that night. He got paid, but he didn't fight. Remember that?
Fuck, you got a great seat. You got a great seat, dude. You got paid.
Yeah.
And they're about to go out of business. This is
Right?
fantastic.
Yeah.
You're also friends with Ken Shamrock at this time, though, correct?
Yeah. Yeah. Me and Ken. When did we link up? When was the time when we it was actually at one of the King of the Cages, I believe.
It might be that Vegas card then.
Yeah, it might have been that we kind of linked up because we were supposed to fight. After the Kimbo fight, we were supposed to fight 2 or 3 times, and we became friends. But we were supposed to fight a bunch of times, and the cards got canceled. I think he canceled one of them, I believe. But I was trying to set that up for a while because I knew that was going to be a good payday and a fun fight. So I was really pushing to try to fight Ken after that for sure.
All right. So I've interviewed Ken on a previous podcast I did about 6 or 7 years ago. And the rumor the rumor was that at the, I don't know, like when the sanctioning bodies kind of straightening everything out with your paperwork and doing vitals, they had both him and Kimbo's contract on the table, and Ken's, I mean, he's not a great businessman by all accounts, and this is from his own teammates that have interviewed with us on this channel. And he had a handshake agreement that they would get paid the same amount of money.
Oh, okay.
And he found out there that there was a very large pay discrepancy.
Yeah.
Do you remember him exploding like at the scrum? I think you want, I don't know if you want to call it that. I think the athletic commission meeting.
No, he didn't. Nothing happened there. I got that story after the fact.
So you did hear that?
Oh yeah, I heard that for sure. Oh yeah, same thing. I heard that he was pissed off and had an accident with his eye.
Yeah, okay.
And a razor blade.
Yeah. I heard he razor bladed his eye. But of course, the story was he was, I guess, pummeling.
We all know Ken would never do something like that. That's the important thing.
Yeah.
Can't
blame
him.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. Did he try to ask for more money? Like, maybe he tried that
yes.
first?
Okay, this is what I heard. I heard he tried to ask for more money, and I mean, they told him no. I heard they like hid from him, and they also like turned their phones off and stuff like that. Well, here he weighed in. He signed a contract.
Yeah.
They got you.
Yeah, you're kind of screwed.
You're taking a suspension. Well, then, I mean, unless you get injured.
Right. Yeah.
Preparation for the fight. Okay. Right. Ken gets injured, says it's a headbutt. Like, and dude, the way he told the story to me, like I'm saying in my head, bullshit. But like he believes he's telling the truth.
Yes.
Like, dude, this guy could pass a lie detector.
He's probably said it so much that that's the truth now for him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, very impressive.
And funny thing is, I've been alone with him so many times. I've never asked him about it. Like, hey man, what really? I kind of want to do that. Yeah. I mean, I do.
Know. You know that I know.
Yeah. But I should have like kind of asked him.
Come on. Good job.
Just
give me a wink.
Give me a wink. Yeah.
Yeah, because you ended up doing a color commentary for his bare knuckle.
Yeah, which they told me afterwards. They're like, "Yeah, man, you got a permanent job. Like, let's do this."
You did great.
You did great. I mean, I did a lot in the past. Like, I did it a bunch of AMI shows, obviously, but I've also done it on a bunch of. I did it for a boxing, a huge boxing show that I was supposed to fight on, and then my knee got messed up, and I didn't. Anyway, I did color commentating for Fighter Source, which was the first amateur MMA league that was traveling all over the country and stuff like that. So I love color commentating. That's my jam. I love.
Dude, you're very good at it.
Thank you.
I will say, and I'm like a snob when it comes to this shit. You're very good at it.
Thank you. So yeah, and I wish it kept going, but I just heard, I don't know what happened. No one's really telling me exactly what's happening.
Do you follow, like, do you really enjoy color commentary as well? Like listening to other people do it?
Yeah, no, if they're good, yeah, I enjoy it. I don't have to mute it when I'm watching a fight.
Okay. Robin Black, would you say he's good or bad?
What name a fight that I would have, like, I don't know people, I guess.
Okay. He's the guy that looks like the coked up rock star that's like 50 years past his like rock star prime. He does a lot of the karate combat stuff. I think he got bounced from that.
Oh yeah, no. I know all you had to say was karate combat. I know who you're talking about.
Seth,
yeah, no.
We need to be friends. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. We've got this in common. I can't.
I was really hoping to get it in with karate combat because I did go there.
I think you'd be good at it, dude.
Because I loved it. Because I know, well, it's a little less karate now, but still, I would love the color commentate for them.
Right. So, dude, I got a phone number for over there. I'm gonna give it to you. You can't say you got it from me, but you're 100% gonna. I'll say
Thank
you're
100%
gonna get a phone number. I'm gonna text it to you. Yeah.
Appreciate it.
All right. So when do you get the news that you're fighting Kimbo? How do they approach you? Do you think they're lying to you?
So this was I was literally, remember, just put my gloves on to warm up for my fight that I thought I had, and they came in. I was like, wait. They're like, look. They're like, Ken's hurt. They're like, we know you're from Florida. we think that'll be a good fight since you're both, Kimbo and you were both Florida guys. Like, how would you feel about fighting him?
Wait a minute. So, in other words, we're really concerned about the buildup for this fight that's going to happen in about 30 minutes. And being that you guys are both local guys, it's easier for us to sell.
Yeah.
They really said that to you?
Yeah, essentially, yeah, that's what they said. Yeah, they said that you're both from Florida. We think
they're so full of shit. Go ahead.
Yeah. And then there
is this Gary Shaw?
Yes.
It's such a slimy boxing move.
Shaw and somebody else.
Was it his kid?
No.
Okay.
Maybe it was. I don't remember.
Okay.
This was a border, man. There was so much going on in my head at that point. Like, I was like, what?
You're fighting one guy. You want me to main event?
And then, but before they even had a number out there for pay, I was like, yes. Oh, 100%. Let's do this. Like, yeah. Like, I had no doubt in my mind that I wanted to go out there and fight him. Like, 100%. And I had no fear about it. I was like, oh my God, this is like the best opportunity ever. No matter what happens, I just stepped up to be in the best situation ever.
So there's a reoccurring theme. It started with Randleman, went to Mario Neto, and now we're at Kimbo Slice. Yeah. Okay. And the one time you asked for it, your manager told you to stop it. Yeah, and that was Bob Sapp.
Right, Bob. Yeah.
Oh. Okay. So was there any pay bump? Was there any pay bump at all?
Oh yeah. There's a big pay bump. I got over 6 figures for this for sure.
Oh. Yeah. Over 6 figures, meaning you got 7 figures?
No.
Okay.
So all right. It was like, I think when I got all said and done with the bonus, was like right at 100, it was 70, 30, and then 20 bonus, or it was like a 50, 60, 70. It came to about 100, 110 total with the knockout bonus. That I can't believe they paid me, to be honest.
Yeah.
I was like, because this deal was done on a napkin. He literally was like, what do you want? And he's like, this is what we're gonna pay. And I didn't argue. I guess I maybe should have fought a little more. But he did. He didn't have the knockout bonus at first. And then he's like, you know what? I'll tell you what. I'll throw in a knockout bonus. And here's a knockout bonus. I think it was like 20K knockout bonus as well. And then they wrote it down.
I think he meant for you to get knocked out bonus. Yeah. This is for you to get knocked out bonus. Yeah. Here you go.
Yeah. So they did tell me, and I don't care now. I'm saying it like this at this point. Like I said this on my last podcast that I was on. They hinted very, very strongly that his knees were not good and that they would love to see this be a stand-up war and that his knees were not good and that they would like to see a knockout. So that's why they gave me a knockout bonus. They didn't say, do not take him down, but they were like, look, his knees are bad. We want to see you guys stand and trade. Here's a knockout bonus. So I was like, okay.
Okay. So what I had heard, and this is prior, that here, this is what I heard. I think it might be obviously inflated. I heard Kimbo was getting $500,000. Ken was getting like 50, 60, 70 grand, like right around that. And my belief, I think Ken was probably getting 50, 60. I think Kimbo was probably getting 250.
Gotcha. So I guess they probably gave me Ken's purse plus the bonus plus the win bonus too. So
that's what I'm thinking. Yeah.
Yes, yeah.
So you cashed that check right away.
What's that?
You cashed that check right away.
Oh yeah.
That's
why I said I honestly didn't think that they were going to pay me like what they said they're going to, because it was on a napkin. Everyone was pissed off. It was like total chaos.
Well, so the commission even allowed that. Like, they didn't make you print out papers and none of that.
It was literally a cocktail napkin, a tiny square cocktail.
Do you still have it?
No, I don't. I wish I still had it. That would have been epic to still have that. I don't have that.
Dude, you put that in the best frame in your house.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know, right? I still have my
pictures out.
Just have the gloves and the shorts. That's all I got.
Holy cow. Afterward, what was Gary Shaw saying to you?
Didn't say, oh man. So they're all sitting at a table. I remember going back to the hotel. He didn't say anything to me right after. Like, we got back, it was chaos. We got back to the hotel.
Oh, you're gonna be high from adrenaline. Yeah.
All of them were sitting on a table, a drink, like literally like someone stole their pets. Like, they were like this. And I'm like, and I don't register like, oh, I just fucked their shit up. Like, I didn't realize that at first. I was like, oh, I just did great. Maybe they'll be happy I can be their guy to put some money behind. I went up to them and I was like, hey guys, just so you know, I appreciate what you guys, the opportunity you just gave me, and I'm gonna be one of the best fighters I can be for you guys. Anything you guys need me to do, let me know. And they're just like, yeah, like they mumbled something, like they look like they were just so miserable and depressed. I was like, oh, okay.
Yeah, you just stole Christmas.
Yeah.
Exactly. Excuse me.
Wow. That was it. No, nothing after. All right. Then there's the Dana White controversy where he's yelling, "That's fucking illegal." Did he actually call you?
No.
Oh,
Did who actually call me?
Did Dana White? Did he ever call you?
No, he never called me.
I figured he'd at least give you a call because he was like livid, seeing red.
Oh, really? Yeah. No,
Oh yeah.
Never called me. Nothing. Yeah, it was. I remember the controversy after
He
because
could have at least said thank you. Hey,
Yeah.
thank you
Yeah.
for
I know, right? Exactly.
derailing my
here.
competition.
Whatever their knockout bonuses, those fight of the night bonus that you didn't get.
Yeah, that I didn't get.
Yeah.
Yeah, no shit.
Yeah, I won't go to the craps table. I'll just give you what I was going to lose.
The controversy was me after I got back home. We went out and partied. The next morning, I did an interview with the podcast that I'm on now. Actually, that was the radio show at the time.
Are you currently on a podcast?
Yeah, it's called a Tom and Dan, a mediocre Tom and Dan. It's
okay. I was not aware of that. Okay.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not on all. I'm on like twice a month, 3 times a month or so. As a guest. But anyway, I was on there on the radio show, and I said the story about them giving me not wanting me to take them down. And I kind of just overdid it. It's like, yeah, they didn't want me to take them down. They just wanted me to stand up and trade. And then there's the controversy saying that it was a fixed fight because they wouldn't allow me to take them down. But but if it was like that, it would be the opposite. They would want me to like lose, not win the fight if it was fixed. So yeah, it was crazy afterwards with all that. That was nuts.
When do you find out that EliteXC is no more?
I honestly don't remember when, but I remember when I did, I felt fucking awful, man. I felt like I felt so bad because I was like, oh my God, all these fighters at the time, I was like, oh, I know they can go fight elsewhere, but I was like, damn, these guys had, decent paying, because they were paying good, decent paying like fights,
Paid more than the UFC.
Yeah, exactly. So I did feel bad at the time, but then I was like, you know what? It's their fault for running a shitty business and not knowing how to manage fighters or putting all your eggs in one basket. And sorry.
So did you find out from like the news, or did Gary call you and say thank you for being his champion?
No, they never called me anything. I think it was Mike Lee actually told. I think it was just from Mike Lee, Tom. Like
the internet.
Saying, hey, you guys, the internet, yeah.
That's what a class act Gary Shaw is.
Yeah.
What about his kid Scala?
So it was Shaw. It was Sean Scala. That was his son in there. That was the two that came. You're right. It was those two.
Yeah.
And he was the one that in the background when I'm knocking him out, yelling about the back of the head. It's the back. He hit the back of his head. He hit the back of his head.
Yeah.
So
class acts, both of them.
You busted up his eye by hitting him in the back of the head.
Yeah, exactly. And Kimbo was totally cool after, man. He came into me after and was like,
it's his business. Yeah.
He's like, you gave me my first black eye, dog. And then gave me a hug. And I was like, all right, cool. Thanks.
So I was told that you received death threats from his camp.
Death threats, rape threats, like spit on, not for me, for my wife at the time. My brother was getting spit on. My sister was getting spit on. It was awful. It was awful.
Wait, hold on. I've seen your sister at the Hawkins fight.
Oh, that's my other sister. I have a half sister. That's my half sister, and then my other sister, my full sister.
Dude, his sister can fight. His sister can fight.
Yeah, she's. Yeah.
Oh, she'll lean into a fight. Oh yeah,
yeah. That's funny.
Yeah.
But yeah, like on the walk out after the fight, that's what happened. And then at that night, same things were happening. So I had like 4 cops that were hired to watch me that night, like stay around me the whole time.
Like at the hotel?
At the hotel afterwards, because we were all hanging out afterwards. So we went out to have a couple of drinks, and the cops went with us, and, like literally surround us the whole time, making sure we're okay.
Oh,
yeah, it was pretty intense. They didn't mess around. His fans, that's for sure.
I never would have guessed that.
Yeah. seem upstanding.
Yeah.
I mean,
the other porn security guards weren't upstanding citizens.
Yeah, right.
I thought they were part of that red wave that just took place. Yeah. Interesting. Can I throw some names at you? I know you've given us a shitload of your time. Can I throw a couple names at you?
Yeah, sure. Go for it.
Charles Crazy Horse Bennet.
Crazy Horse, dude. I love that guy, man. When I was with Cordiero, we used to go to some podunk town. Where the hell did we go? Anyway, it was like an hour north of Orlando. Crazy Horse was working at this bar. Chris Cordiero hosted, the barroom boxing thing where you get drunk people just signing waivers and going and fighting. I was refereeing. Crazy Horse was helping refereeing. We'd alternate back and forth. Occasionally, me and Crazy Horse would jump in there and just fight random rednecks that jumped up in the ring, think they could fight. That's how I met Crazy Horse doing that, and it was insane. For a whole year, we did that. It was crazy. Crazy.
Have you ever seen his YouTube channel?
No, I have not.
Well, the name of it,
Check that out.
I would just check it out. It's called Pussy Hair Lover.
Oh my God. That's amazing.
And he likes to talk about that a lot.
Really?
His women ain't shaving. That's all I'm saying.
That's funny.
Yeah. No, his women ain't shaving. All right. Bart Vale.
Bart Vale. So when I first started, I guess it wasn't MMA. It was called shoot fighting, I guess you'd call it. That was Bart Vale he wasn't my main instructor. Frank Major was, but then we went down to where is he in Miami?
No, he's in like the north of Miami. Yeah, I went to his gym. Dude, it took me like 3 years to get him. Go ahead.
Really? Yeah. Yeah, I remember going down there and sparring with him. I was like 19-year-old kid going down there, like going hard as hell with Bart Vale at the time. And I guess at the time Bart was kind of a serious guy. Like he was doing some good fights, I guess. I don't know.
For sure. No, tough guy.
Yeah. And I remember I think I busted his nose or something. His eye or his nose, I believe. And I felt really bad that I did that, like, because we were going, but he was going hard. So I was like, fuck, okay, I'll go hard. And I punched him hard and I busted his nose. And then I kind of like toned back a little bit. And then he like hit me with hardest body shot I've ever been hit with and kind of set me down a little bit. But yeah, we were going hard before that.
Yeah, he and Shamrock hated each other.
Yeah, I knew that. Right.
Yeah.
It was actually like I did the same type of thing with Wanderlei Silva. Me and Wanderlei became good friends too after the season. Amazing guy. Amazing guy. I love Wanderlei. Which is weird, right?
Decent English. He's actually got decent English.
Yeah, he has decent English, yeah. But sparring Wanderlei was it was fun. We went hard as hell. Another toot to myself. Because he was going hard, I went hard back. So I cracked his rib. I did a spinning back hit, cracked his rib, legit cracked it. Like he went to the doctor, it was cracked. And then he pounded me so freaking, like I was covered up and he was just throwing his crazy ass punches like hard as we can. Like it was the most intense sparring I've ever done in my entire life. And we did it multiple times. Like hard. And then we go out and party in Vegas.
I think a lot of those shootbox guys left their best fights in the gym with Wanderlei.
Yeah.
They went hard.
Yeah, exactly. And that's kind of what I wanted to get away from is that stuff is just, it was stupid. It was so stupid to do, like to train.
Can you imagine pulling up to the gym? You're sitting in the parking lot. You're looking at the gym doors. Fuck, I got to spar Wanderlei today.
Yeah.
I think many a guy would kind of turn around.
Yeah, right. I don't know.
Gym.
I definitely had a different mindset back in the day when I was fighting because I didn't care, and I was just like, "This is awesome. Let's train."
What about the Cuban boxer Ariel Gandula?
Oh, yeah. I didn't have much interaction. I remember him coming to our gym a couple times and training. Didn't some messed up stuff happen with him, right? Like some legal stuff, I believe, right? Like, yeah.
Kind of a loaded question. I mean, I'm just sitting here.
Yeah, I guess. I don't know. I remember him coming a couple of times and training with us at our gym and him being real quiet, cool, and then him disappearing. And then Mike Lee telling me kind of what happened, but it was so long ago, and I remember it being like, holy shit, but I can't remember what it was, honestly.
Did you like how I slid that one in? Was that good? Was that good?
What?
I'm
right
looking
after
up
Bart
myself.
Vale,
What's the story?
Bart Vale. I heard it was maybe some retail theft on what Crazy Horse's channel is named after.
Oh, really? Oh, yeah,
that's what I heard.
Retail theft.
On some hair.
Yeah.
That's what I heard. All right, we're going to reverse it. Matt Santos. He didn't have much. Okay, Rob Kahn.
Oh, Rob Kahn's awesome, man. Love Rob Kahn.
I love Rob.
Yeah. Met No, I mean, I've never trained a lot with him, but every single, like a lot of fights, a lot of grappling tournaments. God, when we were commentating, I remember all his fighters. That was what we were saying to him. Like, and he's cornered by Rob Khan.
Yeah, you had Frank Sharapov. That's another guy.
Frank, sure.
135 pounds.
Yeah, he trained with us for a while.
A little bit.
Kind of, yeah. Went off on his own, did his own thing for a while.
All
And
right,
he had some stuff going on too. If I remember right.
So this is what I kind of do at the end. I get you all nice and cool, and then
and
I
then
get
you
you
hit me
good
with these-
games.
these
Throwing some
bad things.
really shitty ones.
Yeah, right. Thanks.
It's pretty consistent with every podcast.
Right. Thanks.
Can we plug your buddy that hooked us up?
Who, Carl Weaver or Carlo Bellasai?
Here,
He's gonna hate. He's gonna hate that I said that.
Okay, so he is he ADHD?
A little bit. I don't think he
Yeah.
likes to admit it, but he's either fully on the spectrum or he's ADHD, or he's maybe a combination of both. He's a great guy. I love him to death.
Joey, first off, brilliant mind, like genuinely good person.
Yeah.
He would send me messages this long, like 8 of them, and I'm like, I gotta fucking work, dude. Like,
Yeah,
you know what I mean? I got a jerk off fucking job that I can kind of hide at and like research for this, which
You should see the
is
text
completely irresponsible. But yeah.
You should see the text leading up to this interview today.
Okay. So Seth, this is Joey. This is my move with Seth. This guy is hammering me with shit that I'm like, dude, what the fuck, man? I got to put this dude on mute. And I'm like, I'm going to send one message to Seth, and I'm not going to send another fucking message because this guy's fucking, I know he's hitting send. I know he's hitting send like 50,000 times. You know? So I waited like 2 days. He goes, well, what's going on? I go, yeah, Seth, I just don't think he's interested. And then I know he fucking crabbed. I know he just cracked it. I know he just
he's like, I told him this, I told him this, I told him this, I told him this, and I think you should really do it because this. I'm like, dude, I am. I'm just busy, so I was gonna get back to him.
Dude, I'm 50 years old. And I got a 2.5-year-old. You know what I mean? Like,
oh shit, you're in the same boat I'm in, dude.
Dude, my pullout game got fucked up by COVID.
Damn, that's awesome. No, I'm happy for you though. That's awesome.
No, dude, it is great. But God, I'm 50. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah. I feel you. I'm creeping up there, man. But funny real fast story about him.
Yeah.
Oh, there's a couple actually. But when I was in karate, when I was like 10, 12 years old, he was a little older than me. So he was like in high school. I was in middle school. We became friends through a mutual friend that did karate together. He was in Kenpo karate at the time. I was in Shotoku karate, different types of karate. He tried his hardest to get me to go to his Kenpo school. He brought me and we started sparring together like hard in his like patio and stuff like that. My sensei at the time hated him because he knew he was trying to get me to go to his dojo. So my sensei didn't want him anywhere near the dojo. It was like a whole big thing, dude. It's kind of funny. That's how I first met him. I was like in middle school. And this kid was like all about martial arts and stuff like that. And then he actually introduced me to Frank Major and like the beginning to shoot fighting, stuff like that. So
that's cool.
Credits due to him for sure for hooking me up with like the MMA and stuff like that at first.
Yeah, and like he was kind of new to our channel. So our channel, we follow the same format. Like there's you can listen to your interview or you can listen to like an interview 100 of them episodes ago. It's all the same format. Like there's no different format on it. And he was giving me play-by-play about interviews I did like a year ago that he just like found. And I'm like, dude.
He's Rain Man.
Yeah. Good dude. Yeah. He's getting a t-shirt in the mail.
That's
but
good.
Seth, you are an absolute gentleman.
Oh, appreciate it, sir. Thank you very much.
We were supposed to do this. When you sent me your phone number, I was harassing you about 2 years ago about doing this. I'm sure you saw the other messages.
Oh, I saw the other message. Like, oh my God. I was like, oh shit. I can't believe 2 years ago.
Joey, I don't give up.
I'm trying to think what happened 2 years ago where I didn't reply.
We don't quit.
Sorry.
Kid. Yeah. But,
no, I apologize. I'm usually pretty good and on top. I'm really organized and on top of my stuff. And if there might have been a couple of things happen or I just forgot.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Right. Dude, Ralph Garcia gave me your phone number. I don't know if I'm supposed to admit that or not, but that's
no, that's cool. No, that's fine.
Anyway, I got the old lady over here. I gotta go to bed. All right,
Yeah.
dude, you're the man. Thanks, Seth. Joey,
Thanks,
I'll
guys.
see you
Appreciate
tomorrow.
it.
Good meeting you, Seth.
Nice meeting you guys. Thank you.
Yeah. This is the wrap up for Seth Petruzelli, Joey Venti, obviously my co-host. Joining us is Ragdoll MMA, Julio Macedo. Julio does all of our thumbnails.
Can I interject?
Wait, Macedo.
It's
Macedo.
no, it's not Julio. In Portuguese, the J sounds like a J. It's not like an R. It's like Julio. It's like Italian, you know. Julio is for Spanish speaking.
Okay.
Just a little. No
You
problem.
learn something new every day.
You know,
I really don't care if you speak my name wrong. I really don't care. No
Joey.
problem.
We should get it right.
Joey, within 10 seconds of me introducing the guy that does our thumbnails, he's already
He's calling you an idiot. Yeah.
I could go home and get that for my wife. You know what I'm saying? That's all I'm saying. So, Joey, we had a meeting with YouTube. I should say I had a meeting with YouTube. We're now verified.
Cool.
Things seem to be getting like a lot easier for us in regards to like getting more people onto the page. The one thing that they said that I have to change is on YouTube, we've got to release at 11 a.m. Central Standard Time. 11, 12 o'clock, right in that window. On Monday, it's no longer going to be 5 o'clock in the morning on YouTube. But if you guys want to watch this stuff like early
Spotify.
morning on a way to go to work, it's Spotify and Apple. So they also told me that I got to start putting advertisements in during the mid-roll, which I don't like. But
Can I ask something? There's no ads in all your videos?
Beginning and end.
That's it.
Okay. And YouTube doesn't put ad rolls in the middle of it?
All right. So I attempted to allow ad rolls from YouTube and let them do it.
Yeah.
And it was every 5 minutes, which is
it's unbearable. Yeah.
which is like one question and in the middle of an answer.
Yeah.
Right.
So the amount I think we had people leaving our chair, more leaving than staying at that.
There's no way
It
to set it up for like every 20 minutes.
Well, Joey, that's why we got our guy Julio here.
All right. Julia.
Yeah.
That's,
Julia.
Don't mispronounce my man's name.
I don't care. I swear to you, I don't care. I don't care.
That's why Julio is here. Julio also, I ran out here. First off, Joey, I don't want to sell these yet. But merchandise event that we're going to be giving out to people that really go above and beyond, either in the comment section, reviews, stuff like that. Joey, what kind of value would you put on this? For our listeners?
Well, if I add up all the hours I've worked on this podcast to get the 2 shirts I received, I'd say they're worth 11 grand a piece.
Okay. With tariffs?
With tariffs, yeah. Wait, we're not making it in America?
Oh, no, dude. No. The finest have made these, dude.
Yeah.
They are good quality shirts. I'll say that.
Still cheaper than a UFC pay-per-view, right?
Yeah. We lose Mike?
Yeah, I think I lost you, Mike. I can't hear you.
Julio, can you hear me?
Yeah, sure. Yeah, I can.
Yeah. Mike.
There we
Mike's
go.
there.
There you
Yeah.
go.
Yeah.
So I'm going full on echo mode. I've got like a 25-foot ceiling, so the volume just went to shit in regards to me. All right, so I got t-shirts, dude. Julio, I had to order 30 more larges, like another 10 mediums, a couple more 3Xs. I should have them next week. Your package is going out probably beginning of next week.
Okay, no problem. I thought mine was on the way, right?
No, it's not.
No, it's no problem.
I'd be lying to you if I told you so. But he's got Ragdoll MMA. Julio, would you mind giving a brief overview of your channel, if you would mind?
Oh man, my channel, I try to do like video essays, something a little bit more like timeless, not like timeless, but not something evergreen that other channels do, like analyzing fights or talking about Bilal against Madalena and why Bilal didn't go for a takedown or something like that. Those type of videos, they tend to get old very, very, very fast. You know, like tomorrow, I don't think anybody will be interested in a breakdown of Madalena against Muhammad, you know. So I tried to do like little documentaries, something like MMA lore related, something that gets my juices flowing, you know. That's the mindset that I had, was making videos that I wanted to watch, you know. And yeah, simply put, that's it. I don't have a focus on my channel. It's just cool videos that I wanted to watch, you know, and covering issues that I wanted to cover, you know, like, I don't know, fighter pay, UFC pay-per-view prices, and like conspiracy shit, like fixed fights. Yeah, I love those type of stuff, you know.
Olympians that fought
Yeah.
in UFC, stuff like
Yeah, the MMA lore and conspiracy, and I wanted to tackle a little bit more of the money issues. I'm not a business guy on any way. I just go off of vibes, but I think I can like research pretty good, and I think I can understand what the legalese, the you know, the type of bullshit that those VPs like to talk about, the way they talk about. I think I can go through that quite good.
Yeah, no, it's very good. And you're also my therapist for when the weekly MMA point or on point drop happens, and it's pretty much.
And they plagiarize us.
I mean, it's just. I mean, they'll give us a shout out now, but before, what they would do is a person would take an entire interview, literally take our talking points, but put his voice over it. And then the guest response, they would cue in the guest response, give us a small little thank you, and then MMA on point would get like a couple 100,000 views on it.
Right.
And they would thank the guy that literally all he did was summarize our interview, and they would never even say thank you to us.
Oh, that's bullshit.
Yeah.
So I then called Julio and offer him free, because I'm not real tech savvy. I offer him absolute free access to our YouTube account, and just flag every single time that he sees our stuff on MMA on point, just to be a dick, you know. And I'll tell you this, they don't even follow our social media.
Yeah. They should at least like link the video on the description or something like this. Like, if you see my the last supercut that I did with the 3 parts of the fixed fights, there's like, I don't know, this the sources part on the video description, it's like endless, you know. I never wanted to like take credit for other people's work, you know. I really think you should credit things. And YouTube, it runs on Creative Commons, you know. You create things and you upload it, and you think it will be used on other people's videos. That's like YouTube was built on it, you know, on creators creating over other creators' creations, you know. So I think the least you can do is credit people, you know. Okay. The least.
They did that for the first time in the Kid Yamamoto video. Now, granted, there was 100 other instances.
Yeah.
Where just like like most people like watch our videos on their phone, or if we're lucky on an iPad. Like the smallest percentage is on a TV. The only way you would ever see our name, because it's like the font is so like minuscule and small, and our name is kind of long, is if you watch it on a TV.
Yeah. I think it's weird that like they credit their editors, like every fucking video they credit the editors, they credit the soundtrack guy. It's every fucking video is the same song. I hate the song, and they credit the guy every time, and they never credit anybody who actually made the video, you know?
Okay. All right. Julio. Okay, wait. First off, part of our prize package, we got these. Joey, what do you think these are worth?
Again, I'm just going off the hours I've put in. I'd say that's $900.
Okay, so we're looking at a $20,000 prize package. Okay,
easy. Accessible, working man.
I'd say this. I have that sticker on my Tesla, and so far nobody's put a swastika or burned down my Tesla. So is it a coincidence? I don't know, but it's been good luck so far.
Okay.
It works.
It works. So we're looking at a $20,000 prize package. I don't know. I think people should probably go above and beyond to help the podcast, being that the T-shirt is so valuable along with the sticker. I should have more stuff going out in the next 10 days. So no, it's good.
I'm framing my T-shirt as soon as it arrives, man.
I will get you 2 T-shirts then, so you can wear
It's
one.
valuable, man.
I'll put it maybe in the bank in a lockbox.
Yeah.
Where there's armed security.
Exactly. That's where they deserve to be, man.
So Julio's from Brazil,
Yeah.
outside of Sao Paulo.
Yeah. The most beautiful city in the world, man.
If BKFC goes there, I'm going to make that trip.
Please come here and please bring BKFC down here. I'm addicted to it.
It's going to come. It's going to come.
Yeah.
So, ladies and gentlemen, please support this guy's channel, Ragdoll MMA. And Joey, let's just say there's like a balance here. He's got like 50 times more subscribers than we do.
No, it's not. I have like 7,000, 8,000, reaching 8,000 now.
Well, then how do you get 40 and 50,000 views per video?
Yeah, people don't click subscribe. They click like, they comment, but clicking subscribe, it's a whole nother level, you know?
Maybe
I don't do call to actions. I hate when people do call to actions on the videos, you know? I'm just I just clicked on your video and you're already asking me to like it and subscribe it and join your channel. I never liked it. So I ask people to like it on the very end of the channil.
Me too.
Sometimes I ask people to subscribe, but whatever, you know. Views count more than subscriber, you know. If you have like I don't know, 10,000 views, but you get viral in a video and gets like 10 million views, it doesn't matter how many subscribers you have, you know.
As long as you're monetized. Right?
Yeah, as long as you monetize and as long as people watch it, you know. And I don't know, my upload schedule is pretty I don't know, hectic. Everything is made by hand, you know. So I just dropped the piracy video. I have zero idea of what I'm doing next, and this is the hardest phase for sure.
So Julio gets us our thumbnails, and in exchange, and I really like his channel, but 2, like the way he and I communicate, it's like immediately I'm like, oh, this is good guy.
Right.
And what he does is I'm thinking about doing this type of topic. Then what I do is I put that topic into our database, and I get him like 25 to 30 exact timestamps of where something like that has been mentioned or done in our back catalog, which, Julia, would you not say the database is pretty fucking
amazing? It's amazing. Amazing, yeah. And on the fake fights series, at least, I don't know, there's like, I don't know, 15, 20 fights. Almost all of them are based on an interview from MMA History Podcast, you know.
And half of those were probably Severn references.
Yeah.
Mike likes to talk about that.
Okay.
Yeah, I tend to try to not talk about Dan Severn because, bro, he needs a bit of revision in history, you know. He needs to be taken out of UFC Hall of Fame. He needs to, bro.
Okay. Do you remember Game of Thrones, where they make like the queen walk naked through the town and the shame. That's what he needs. That's what needs to happen at the Apex Center. At the Apex, he needs to do maybe 3 or 4 laps around the cage while you know the 300 people at the Apex Center yell at him.
I think Mike just wants to see Severn naked. That's what I'm getting from this idea.
I'm taking out of it. Yeah. Severn. Yeah.
Here. So to come full circle, we talked about Dan Severn, Seth Petruzelli in this fight. Joey, do you think Seth was telling us the truth in regards to his opinion of what took place?
I think he was telling us the truth as he knows it. But was the referee in on a deal to spare Severn his dignity? I think so.
Yes. Jorge Alonso was the referee.
Right.
I'll probably see him in the next few months. He was 100% in on a fake fight.
Oof. Well, he'll never admit it because he'll lose his license.
I'm sure he'll say something to me in person.
Yeah.
And we will watch the fight together.
Yeah.
It's like Dance in Detroit all over. It's the most bizarre thing ever. Most bizarre thing ever.
Was it on Severn's promotion, this fight?
No, it was on King of the Cage.
Okay.
So Chris Cordiero, his manager, promoter for King of the Cage, and doing color commentary for King of the Cage. When Eric Apple said, "Man, that was a really fast stand-up. He just got mouthed," Cordiero jumps in, "Yeah, but nothing was happening. It's okay." Like, in other words, like, shut up. Let's move forward. Yeah, it's
okay.
It's good.
There's a whole conspiracy behind it.
So, Julio, I have been landing very, very good names. And I'm going to tell you, we've got 3 or 4 coming in that are going to shock a lot of people.
Cool.
I might be using my BKFC email address to get interviews. I might be.
Okay.
Might be. Yes.
Okay. Cool.
Dude, that'll be helpful to get newly retired fighters because they like to have that option open. That feeds the BKFC.
I think you're telling me Connor is coming into the podcast.
No. Absolutely not. However, the quick responses I get, dude, are so fucking good. Oh, it's so good. Yeah,
okay.
I just use
night and day. And when you use the BKFC email and the
dude, you need somebody, I'll email for you. You've been very good. You've been very good. Gotcha. So Ragdoll MMA, you're gonna see a link to his page and stuff like that, like in our where we kind of list what everybody's duties are. Julio, man, dude, greatly appreciated. And our therapy sessions when I'm at work in regards to us yelling at each other about bullshits that we're.
I'm always available.
Yes, you are. Joey,
another good one.
I think we got Vinny Magalhaes at the end of the week. We got to record him. All right,
that'll be a good one too.
Okay, wait. I can't let you get away with this. Go ahead. Say Vinny's name again.
Vinny Magalhaes.
Yeah, this one is fucking hard. Okay, how do I? It's I think this is the hardest Brazilian name, Portuguese Brazilian name. Is Magalhães.
Oh, I'm not gonna get that.
Magalhães. Vinny Magalhães.
Mayonnaise.
Vinny Mayonnaise. Yeah. So
I'm
using Vinny. Yeah. I would suggest you not screw that up on the intro, Joey, when we have.
Oh yeah, I'll do my best.
Yeah. But I can attest 100%. He doesn't care. I think he can count on one hand the number of foreigners that had his name right. You know, Vinny is very easy. Magalhães, I think, bro. Magalhães. In history, I think our 3 Americans said it right. I swear to you, you know. But I just wanted to point it out.
Maybe just have it phonetically.
Yeah. I was thinking about it. How do I like divide it? And yeah. It's That's really good. Hard. Magalhães, I think, is the trickiest one, you know.
Ladies and gentlemen, subscribe to Ragdoll MMA. Thanks, guys.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
See you.